The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'. The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Check it out. Check it out.
We are living.
Hey.
Single.
Oh. In a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my
girl.
Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up.
That's right.
Whenever there's strike, you talk. You gotta fight with my homegirl standing to my left.
Am I right?
True blue. We tight like glue. Yo, check it out. Check it out.
Single.
Let's start now. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Shade and XG.
What up, drag queen?
Yes. Oh boy. Hey, wagwan, brethren.
Ain't nothing, nigga.
Yeah. How you living, Biggie Smalls? How was your week? What's up? What's going on?
Damn, I'm having one of your moments from last week. Working. I've worked so much, nigga. I just been moving and grooving. Working. This weekend, I can't wait for this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes. It's the Read Live 5-year anniversary. And it's at Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good time.
I'm so proud of my friends.
Yes, me too. Me too.
But the week has been. I almost got spit on by this kid in Target today.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That was fun. But I dodged it. Cause real niggas know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just been working. I had a catering. White people were especially irritating this week.
Oh, absolutely.
So this woman comes up. So let me just.
I have
give
a story about that, but go ahead.
Yes.
I have a bunch of stories this week. I never do.
I can't wait because I don't.
Yeah.
So I cater for this gentleman in the city who is an investor, and I've been he has these like random parties at his house. I think I've said that before. I told you guys like Bill Nye will show up, magicians show up, like it's just a very interesting setting. He's got this giant terrace that holds like 100 people plus his house, and he's got this huge library in his house. So it's real laid back for me. You know, there's servers and Tristan bartends, and then I'm in the kitchen like plating so that the servers can pass. So, of course, people are always coming in the kitchen. They want to see what's going on. I have a personal thing about white people seeing me cook in this man's kitchen.
No, I understand.
I understand that this is my profession, and I have to get over it, obviously, because when I get paid, like, it's not 12 cents.
Yeah.
But I have a real thing like about them like just coming in the kitchen and
what's that color gal doing?
Asking me questions about the house though. Yeah. So this lady comes in the other night and she's like,
oh, she thought you were on staff, like, yeah,
like for the crib.
Oh.
So she comes in, she's like, and walks straight up to the stove. Cause we did these mini sliders, burgers with like a blue cheese cream on them.
Oh, and talk more about that in a minute.
And a roasted tomato. Ooh, nigga, that was good. So she comes in. Excuse me. Yes, I need some hot water for some tea. I said I can't help you because the way she came at me was like real like.
Bitch, who the fuck?
Go back, rewind. my girl, and go
Yeah.
and check yourself, and then come and approach me correctly. So I was
Yeah.
like, I can't help you. I turned. So then another girl who I work with, she turned and she was like, I can help you. What's going on? What's up? And so she's like, I need some hot water for some tea. She's like, all right, I'll bring it out to you. You can't stand in the kitchen. Like, I'll bring it out to you. At this point now, I'm like, I'm not addressing you, bitch, until you come at me properly. So I'm ignoring everything that you ask me for.
Sure.
So she's like, I'll bring it out to you. She's like, well, I have my own mug. So that's when, so my coworker here is trying to be like, she's trying to be diplomatic. She's also a white woman, but she gets it. She's a
Carrie?
W squared. Colleen.
Oh, okay.
So Colleen, who's a W3 woke white woman, she's trying to make you. She's like, well, it's okay. Like, if you can just, I'll bring you some hot water, no problem. Well, the lady disappears after she says she got her own mug.
I also need to realize I need to take notes on the stories you tell, because I do have follow-up questions that I'm sure all the listeners have.
Okay.
To put it in the back of your head, why the fuck does she bring her own mug to the fucking party?
One of them ceramic Starbucks looking cups with the rubber top.
Oh,
So she's like, well, I have my own mug. So I turn and I was like, so listen, peep this. We don't work for the house. This is a catering company. And she's like, Like, I'm irritated. So I'm like, get the fuck out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you get out of here before I cuss you. Please, go. I have been working here for 7 years, and I've only ever cussed out one person, and that is this elevator man. But outside of that, I haven't had no issues in here. Please, get your ass out this kitchen before I go off on you. So she leaves, and she checks herself.
Mm-hmm.
But
Before
not
she wrecked herself.
but not quick enough, because she came back. Yeah, the hot water. So I turned and I said, everybody in the kitchen who's not cooking needs to get out now. Like, I'm just speaking in the air. I'm speaking in the air, because she comes in and this other man comes in, and my coworker is trying to push her out of the kitchen, and I'm just standing there looking out the window, gazing out of the window like, woo, get them out of here before I literally cause a disruption. Please,
Oh my God.
get them out of this kitchen. And I just talked to the air. I told you I'm gonna be the old crazy woman who talks to herself, because I was like, everybody who is not working, get out of here.
Oh my God.
They scurry like mice. Then she comes back later. Yeah, would there be birthday candles in this kitchen? I said, oh my God. I was like, this is God trolling me, because she won't leave me alone. And so she scurries back out. So then another white woman comes in who I'm accustomed to dealing with. And she's like, hey, we had a party here the other night, so there's some candles in that drawer. Do you mind handing them to me? I said, not a problem, my dear.
Right.
Handed them to her. I said, are you good? You need anything else? She's like, if you have a knife, and then I will get right out of your way. I said, oh, absolutely. So I give it a knife. I'm like, go on about your business. Y'all, like, you came in here the right way.
Right.
So the other woman comes back.
Oh, she persevered.
We're going to call her leopard leggings.
Oh, I knew she wore leggings because of that fucking Starbucks
Gray
cup.
leopard leggings. And she was like 183 in the face. So she comes back and
So she was wooden.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Ooh, nigga, creak. So she comes back and that's when and she's like, hey, I'm sorry. It was a lot going on. And then that's when I stopped and I said, oh, this bitch is crazy. Okay, that's what it is. Like, she's not fully in her mind.
Oh.
Great. And I continued on with my night. But that's how white people got on my nerves this week.
Did you use your lip kit palette that you got?
I sure did. I went and bought me some liners.
Oh, yeah?
And I matched me some beautiful liners. There's like this creamy, orangey type of color that I put on, and it was beautiful. I love my lip kit.
So, today's episode is sponsored by FabFitFun. We love them.
Oh, so much.
I wish you guys would put out a men's line. But because
Every week, say it every week, friend.
because the first box I got was lit. But
He just happens to use women's products.
Yeah, but it's fine. But you got some spoiler stuff, right?
I did. I got the spoiler stuff. So I got my lip kit palette. So my number one spoiler item was a clutch from Rachel Pally that comes in 3 reversible colors.
Yeah.
I got a teal and floral one, which was beautiful. And then the lip kit palette that I mentioned was the Ish Lip Statement palette, which has 11 shades of colors and a tinted topper. So you can mix and experiment with your own color combos.
Right.
So I used 2 of the colors and blended them together to create like a creamsicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So FabFitFun is a subscription box that has a bunch of dope full-size products in it. There's spring boxes up for pre-sale now.
Yes. Get on it.
Yes, and Jade mentioned that, the Rachel Pally clutch and the Ish Lip Statement. We've talked about FabFitFun before. I love them. They gave us this that lotion, that hand cream. God, it was so good.
And you know what it says on the front of it?
Water. Yeah, we got a poncho. I gave it to Mark. Mark wore it last time I saw him. He was like, "Bitch, look what I got."
Give me drama.
Yeah, it's so good.
My aloe socks.
And they don't repeat the products. Although, if you guys want to send us the mineral water and the hair mask, that'd be great.
We will not be mad.
No, but they don't repeat products. But so it's super dope, and it's a good time. So sign up for FabFitFun today to get your spring box. Don't wait, because the FabFitFun spring box is in limited supply. So
get on it.
Right, and these boxes always sell out. Let me say that again. They always sell out.
And when I tell you guys that when you get subscription boxes, I've said it before, but when you get subscription boxes, there's always a few things in there that you end up tossing to the side. I have used every item in my subscription box, including the 2 spoiler items that I mentioned, the Ish Lip Kit and the Rachel Pally from FabFitFun.
So use our code to get $10 off your first box. Go to fabfitfun.com to sign up and start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code JadeXD to get $10 off your first box. That's over $200 for only $39.99.
You guys are missing out if you don't get on that.
So again, go to fabfitfun.com and use our code JadeXD to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box. So definitely do it. I'm gonna do it for my mother.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, because it's 4 times a year, and so because she's always like, "You never send me stuff." So I'm gonna do that.
Oh, this is the same thing.
Right. So I'm gonna do that. So you get it every quarter. They get some full size products.
Yeah, you're right.
That's actually a great gift.
It is.
Yeah, do it. So you had an eventful catering.
I did. How was your week? Oh. You did some really famous shit this week. You talk about me.
I did. You want to talk about the good stuff first or the bad stuff first? Let's get the bad stuff out the way.
Let's get the bad stuff out the way.
I talk about work. A lot of people know, like everybody who listens, I have a regular ass job.
XD's been going through it.
I was Norma Ray, and now I've been reduced to,
weary.
Yes. The ABB at work.
WBB.
I am the angry black bitch at work.
The weary black bitch.
And so I moved to a new office against my will.
Yeah, you did.
And so I've decided to just be very unpleasant for everybody, because they're going to rue the day that they have moved me and my team to this raggedy ass office.
I called XD this week for something, I don't know, and he was like, "I have to call you back. I'm moving."
Also, shout out to the listeners who recognized me and I was in a funk because we all work in the same building now. Just don't say "Hey XD" while I'm with my coworkers, okay?
Say it, please.
Because that led to questions.
Yell it, "Hey XD!"
That led to questions.
XD!
Absolutely not. So again, I've been reduced because I can't do anything about it. Hopefully, cross my fingers that by next week I have better news for you all.
I can't wait. I've been checking.
But So today I have been, so now I'm in like, I had my own office. It was cool. Now I'm in like cubicles and open space, and that shit is weird.
I don't like cubicles.
So, of course, there's my manager's manager sits on the cubicle next to me. So I am very loud because I said I'm going to be very unpleasant. So I'm just going to vocalize my frustration with the project that we're working on.
Yeah.
Because, it's a cubicle. It's not like I'm going to whisper. No, for what?
Just be obnoxious. Be like, oh!
I have been. So I walk in every day. Like today was like, Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Black History Month. The vice president came in. She was just like, hi, she was like, Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Black History Month.
You should just be like, yeah.
The other asset manager, he was like, good morning. I said, greetings. Like, I've been very, like, stoic.
Nah, you gotta take it. You gotta take us.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Further and be like, yes.
I'm doing that tomorrow. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I know how to be the UBB.
Yeah.
The unpleasant black bitch.
That is my goal. I'm trying to be the unpleasant black bitch at work.
One girl was like, one morning she was like, good morning, and I was like,
That's what happened one day. One day I was extra mad that day. He was like, good morning. I just stared at him.
Just be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but you gotta say it aggressively. You gotta be like, you gotta Ving Rhames, get some Ving Rhames in it. Be like, yeah.
Well, I am gay, so that might work. So, just like him. So, allegedly. So, anywho, I've been just extra aggressive at work.
Good.
My coworker just peeps it. She was just like, yes, keep that same energy. And so, like, today I had it. I was just like, well, I don't know what's going on with this project, so I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? And so I guess my manager's manager heard, and I guess I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to get an email about me being unpleasant, and I don't care. Because I'm not doing anything wrong. Everything I'm saying is true and correct.
If you get an email, respond back, K.
No, because she kept emailing me today, and I just walked over around the corner. I said, so what is this about?
You should just be real petty and yell over the cubicles.
That was what I intended on doing. Because don't manage me through email, number one. I understand you need a paper trail, but also at the same time, what you're asking me to do, which is completely weird, I'm like, hey, I'm right here. Especially if I'm asking for clarification.
I can't stand that.
So I'm like, hey. All right, here. I also struggle with this idea of these people who make way more than I do, and they're like 24. Because that's also a problem. This is not even age shaming. That's just the youth in managerial position. You know how you say about a certain amount of a specific group of people with name tags? They act exactly like that. We can't say it on the air, but yeah, they act exactly like that. There's some entitled somebodies. And I'm just like, no, you need people skills. You don't learn that until way later.
They don't. They're stupid.
So anyway, enough about that. Good stuff. I sat on a white woman today. Let me explain. It's two stories in one. It's why I sat on a white woman and how I was humbled in 30 seconds or less.
Oh.
But I don't believe in humbling, but let me say a sobering thought. So I sobered up and very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So the other day, I got to see Black Panther. By the time this episode comes out, you've all have seen it. Whatever. So I saw it earlier in the week. Twice.
Can't wait.
So I got invited by the people at Disney and Twitter. So I'm like, okay, that's great. You know, I'm trying to go outside again. Because you remember my new resolution is like you and Crystal is to go outside. So I'm doing that. Fine. So I go to the movie theater, right? And I see this big ass line. And I'm like, oh. Mind you, the doors open at 5:30. It was like 5:15, and I was like, "Oh, girl, I have to stand in line." And, you know, if you know me personally, I don't stand in line for anything.
Same.
If there's a long line at a grocery store, I will drop the basket there and just leave it.
I stood online at Target today, and I was like, y'all better be happy I don't steal.
Yeah. Because I could just walk out. It's nothing.
And I got too much stuff.
Right. So I was like, oh, girl, why can't I just do shit online? Anyway. So I'm like, looking at this line. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm on a list. So maybe there's like a section or something. I don't know. I'm going to go get something to eat and wait till the shit die down. Mm-hmm. I try to go to Quiznos. I know people hate on Quiznos.
I'm like, Quiznos is still around?
Yeah, well, it's closed now. I was so hyped to get a chicken carbonara sub, but it's not there anymore.
I was about to say, there's no Quiznos, friend.
Are they like done like completely?
They're dead. More than them.
Oh, wow. Like es todo?
I assume.
Wow. I didn't know that. Anyway.
In New York. I don't think
that was the only one I knew of in New York, but
I don't know any Quiznos that are open anywhere.
Oh. Anyway, we don't really have good stuff. Moving on.
I know. Although I don't mind Potbellies. I know there's like varying
Yeah,
opinions.
I don't mind it, but they're not like, I mean,
I also eat a very specific, I eat the Italian.
Yeah.
That is what
Because I don't really eat Subway, so I know. Especially when I found out that their chicken isn't all chicken.
Feet.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's half soy.
That's why it's that weird consistency.
Yeah.
It's like tofu slices.
Right. Niggas is eating like these chicken sandwiches and growing titties and this shit. Talking about I'm losing weight. Jared. Stop with all the studs. Bitch, I ain't Jared. Back to my story.
Sorry.
So, I run into Thelonious Monk.
What up, friend?
The comedian. And so we have this big, like, hug and shit. He thought, I thought I was going to have to fight you. I didn't know who the fuck you was. And I was like, nigga, shut up. You know who I am. So, he was like, oh, I don't do lines. So, I was like, oh, girl, same. So, we asked the bitch with the clipboard, and I say bitch with the clipboard like lovingly because there was a point in my life where I too wanted to be the bitch with the clipboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to be what's her face from The Hills?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be Heidi for a second.
Yeah.
Technically Lauren, but she let her friends in ruin the party in the very first episode.
She sure did.
So she was stupid. She also didn't go to Paris. Anyway.
Dumb.
Anywho, she was like, oh, you guys are on a list? Go right inside. I said, hallelujah. So we walked right inside. And we had to sign an NDA, like a waiver form and shit, because we were going to be filmed or something. I was like, okay. So we go upstairs, and Thelonious Monk says, you know, I've told way too many a joke on stage for me to stand in no damn line. I was like, wow, same.
I've worked too many years.
I have been on the internet for a decade, shelling out jokes and walking in the park and drag and shit for me to fucking
walking in what?
So did you
walking
ever,
what?
Yes, nigga. The point was a funny video. Like every other black man on the internet has got dressed up in a wig.
Did you scare yourself?
Yes.
I forgot you used to be an American Apparel model.
Yeah. So I saw that picture the other day.
I need to see it again.
The internet does not need to see that anymore.
And this fucking tank top off the shoulder top and these glasses. He looked like an American Apparel model. I said, where is the bodysuit? And the gold leggings.
Listen, I was 6'3" and 160 pounds, so it
you were hungry.
Yeah. So anywho, we go upstairs, we sit down. We're sitting down where I in my row, like 5 seats away from me, is Black Thought.
Tariq! Top 5.
So I said, oh my god, that's Black Thought. He was like, oh yeah. What up, Tariq? What up? And he was like, yo, my nigga, what up? Yeah, they dapping and all that good shit, asking shit or whatever. And then he says hello to me, and I'm like, hi. And I just sit there. I'm like, oh nigga, I can smell him.
That's because our cousin Felonious Monk looked like he's from Philly.
Yeah, and he's from Harlem, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, our famous ass friend Crystal Jean come in.
What up, niggas?
Yeah, that's literally how it happened. That's literally how it happened.
I know my sis.
Yeah, so Crystal, famous ass, comes in. She's sitting next to me, so I'm like, oh my god. So then I'm looking around. Rain of April is here, and then I see DeRay, and then I see David Johns. He used to work with Obama. Now he does HIV research and all that good stuff. He was on the Breakfast Club the other day. All these other people. I go outside to go to the bathroom. Well, first we went to go to the bathroom and then get concessions because I wanted water. But then we realized they only sell Dasani water, and you know how I feel about Dasani, right? It tastes like somebody else's water. Mm-hmm. So I had to get Hi-C Orange. I was like, I told Crystal.
Dasani water's like kind of musty.
Yeah, it tastes like somebody else's water.
Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, your breath.
Yeah, Crystal was like, I would have chose Hi-C Orange too because
that's black.
Yeah. So anyway.
Light ice.
Right. So I go in. Desus approaches me because he could leave in the bathroom. I see Desus. We dap. What up? Great. Haven't seen him in a while. And then I say I'm naming all these people for a reason. So then I come back. DeRay is there. And then I see Pia Glenn and a bunch of other people that I knew, like famous people. Jamel Hill is in the audience. Yvonne Orji, who plays Molly. Angela Rye.
Crazy.
I'm missing a whole bunch of people. So the cast of Black Panther is there.
Right.
And I'm like not far, but not close either. Mm-hmm. Enough to see their faces clearly. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. Everybody on that cast is attractive.
Yeah.
Like strikingly. Denai Michonne from Walking Dead, everything. Today is her birthday. She's 40 years old. You would never think. Yeah, I felt something. I don't know what I felt, but I felt something.
That thing you felt for what's her face?
Tika Sumter.
Yeah.
Lupita in person.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
Radiance.
She's glowing.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, handsome. I finally see what people see in Michael B. Jordan, because in person I get it. Before I'm like, yeah, he's attractive.
No, he's handsome, yeah.
Like he's handsome, but I never was just like, oh hey, you know what I mean? Like how I usually am with niggas.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's another. He plays Mbuku in the movie. I don't know his name. I'll forget his name. He's Tobagan in real life. Mm-hmm. He a thick brother, but he fine. I was like, hey, how you well? The other lady, I forget her name. She's amazing in the movie. Just everybody's beautiful. Like, and Ryan Coogler. Oh God, Ryan Coogler is so fine. Mm. He got a little body and like he's thick, but he's not. And he's kind of short, but he got a bait. He's from Oakland, so he got a little accent. Like he speaks like he's 40, but it's great. used to be like Too Short, really. Yeah.
Welcome to Wakanda.
Yeah. So anyway, they're on the. They, of course, it's also a black event, so it starts late. Even though it's sponsored by Disney and Twitter. But anyway, they talk. It's great. It's beautiful. The movie starts. I'm not going to talk about anything in the movie.
Bet not.
What I will say, the only issue that I have with the movie, and I said this on Twitter, is Michael B. Jordan's hair in the movie.
Yeah, so.
Because I was like, there goes my bangs, bitch. Ooh, we look at shit you don't know how it feels. Like, it's at the whole time. There goes my bangs, bitch. There they go, there they go, there they go. Because he had a bangs bitch tail in the whole movie.
Yeah, he did.
And it was very distracting. Just because I'm me and I focus on the wrong things most of the time. Because it just doesn't match what, like, Killmonger, like, I don't know if that's his hair in the comic book, but I was just very confused. But anyway, especially if you learn the story in the movie, you'd be like, I don't get it. But anywho, the movie is amazing. The movie is, there is a moment, there is an actor in there that I had no idea was in the movie. You can edit this out, Abe. No, you could say it because it's in IMDb, so I'm not missing anything. Like, I'll tell it.
Okay.
Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, wait, I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, when I saw it, everybody's like, yeah, he's in this movie. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I also didn't know that Daniel from Get Out was in it. Mm-hmm, but so I maybe I missed the mark, but whatever. Sterling K. Brown, what I will say is that he plays Randall.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say he plays Randall.
Okay.
That's all I will say. So the movie is great. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
I see, after the movie, I was talking to Jesus. I was like, oh, I see why y'all watch this comic book shit, because this is everything. I am down.
Yeah. Make
me a part. School me, bro.
Teach me the ways of the X-Men.
Yes. Now, X-Men I knew, but like, Aquaman, Thor,
Thor I know.
Thor, something
X-Men
man,
I know.
like
Aquaman I'm not.
Like prosthetic leg man, like NDRE man.
No, a villain.
Yeah, I don't know anything, but teach me. I want to be down like Brandy. So, yeah, I know. But anywho, it was just a joke that I went with. So, the movie makes you feel really like, there's all these random ass threads and shit about Black Panther, how it's supposed to save black people. It's not.
Okay.
But it's a good ass movie with a good message and shit, right? So I was feeling super black. And at the end, and super powerful, I was like, yeah, like, because they talk shit about white people the whole movie. So you should buy 5 tickets on the strength of that alone. They throw white people on the bus the whole movie. It's great. And, it was, and then afterwards, I'm talking to all these people, and I'm like, these are some famous ass niggas. But they know who I am. And I know who they are. And we're talking about like, oh, when we go to this, are you coming to this? Oh, I'll see you there. And I'm like, nigga, am I famous?
No.
Right. So for a brief moment, or for the hours that I was there, I felt famous. Until every last one of these MFs got in Ubers.
And you got on the train.
And I got on the train. The F
you were
train.
Humbled.
I was humbled because you know why? Because my motherfucking Metro card expired. So I had to buy a new one. And I missed the train. And I was like, you know what?
Poor life.
I am not famous by any means. I am VV poor. But the next day, I sat on a white woman. Because for whatever reason, Black Panther will make you forget white people exist.
Oh.
Because there's only 2 white people in the whole entire movie. Right. Only 2. And like, at all. And they're... One is necessary because if you watch the Civil War, the movie before it, you know why.
Okay.
Because it's all, apparently all these movies are continuations of one another. So there's one that has to be. The other one, I'm like, okay, whatever. But only 2.
Cardi B smile face.
Yeah. So I sat on her, not because on purpose, I just didn't see her. And when I tell you, I didn't like, you're like, ooh, sorry. Like, I sat on her. Like, boom. I was like, oh, there's nobody here. I'm about to get, like, ooh, a seat on this fucking train. And she was like, oh my God, stop. Ah. And I said, and I didn't get up right away because I had my headphones in. And I was like, what the fuck? And because in my head, I'm like, well, why is this on? I'm like, is this my coat? And I was like, oh, it's a white woman. Oh. Mind you, the whole row was empty. There was nobody next to her at all. I just happened to sit on this white lady. And she was like, hey, watch where you're going.
Like
and
that time my dad sat on that man on the plane.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, she was like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh. And I moved over.
That is comforting.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's funny.
So,
You said this bitch blended it with the seat.
Yeah, I just, and I've seen Black Panther twice so far. And they just disappear. I don't know what it is. It must be the vibranium.
Can't wait.
You just don't see white people anymore. Like, you know how you know how white people are like, I don't see color. Like, I just don't see white people anymore.
Why is it so empty in this country?
Yeah, like, it's just gone. I'm quickly reminded at work, and I'm like, oh.
I don't have to deal with that too much.
Yeah, you don't. However, that is the story of how I was sobered and very quickly, because they all went to the after party. I got invited, but I was like, oh, and nigga gotta go to work in the morning because I'm poor. And I also need to take the train home. Because the later it gets, the worse it's going to be to get home.
And who's taking a cab from Times Square? Nobody.
Not nobody.
Nobody. Well,
not to no damn. I've done it before, but hell, we've taken an Uber from Harlem to Bed-Stuy.
Yes, but like, I don't know. I feel weird in the middle of Times Square calling an Uber. Like, I've never done that.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Goals. Well, good. I'm glad you had a wonderful experience, both on the train the next day and in the theater.
You gonna tell what your husband surprised them with?
I thought I said it last week. I didn't?
No, because you were going on the trip.
Oh, shit.
Right.
He took, for those who don't follow me on Instagram, he took me to see Bilal.
Uh-huh.
He surprised me, and the thing about it is I have been to a plethora of concerts in my lifetime from Hurley. Mm-hmm. And he said to me, so he was like, get dressed or whatever. So I figured it out. I was like, we're going to a concert, because he told me to be ready at a specific time on a Thursday night. The only 2 things it could be is a dinner reservation or a concert. So I said, okay. So I was ready. We leave. So in the car, I'm like, okay, if I guess, will you tell me? He's like, all right. I said, we're going to a concert. He was like, Yeah. And I said, to see who? He was like, wait till we get there. So we're on the line, and looking at the people on the line, I could not figure out who we were going to see.
That's true, because you could normally tell, because you know how I think all foreign exchange fans look alike.
Not Bilal fans.
Okay.
It was like white people on the line. So I was like, is it Little Dragon?
Ooh, that would have been a good show.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, then it was like, then a whole bunch of black people came, and I was like, then we walked in, and it was just all kinds of people, and I was like, what the fuck? It was at LPR. So still, there's nothing around.
Tell.
You can't tell.
No.
So there's nothing around that indicates who's performing tonight. So I'm like,
because their sign isn't illuminated.
Right.
It's super dark.
So I was like, so we're ordering drinks. I'm like, so who? Now that we're here, tell me, who are we here to see? He's like, I'm not telling you. He's like, I'm gonna wait until the show starts. And I was like, oh my God, like, really? Mm-hmm. So then I said, he was like, all right, I'll give you a clue, and if you guess, then I'll tell you yeah. I said, okay. So he was like, it's a person you've never seen in concert before. I was like, oh, I've never seen them in concert before. Okay, this is gonna be nice. He's like, and it's somebody we both really like, and they're really artistic. And I immediately said, Bilal. He was like, yes. So it was an amazing show. Bilal his vocals are crazy. Like, they're crazy. I don't understand how he doesn't leave every show hoarse. I have no clue how that doesn't happen. But this nigga's vocals are out of this world. He's out of this world. But it was a great, great, great show. So that was a nice surprise.
Wow.
We went to Taqueria Diane after and had tacos and roasted chicken and went home because niggas had to go to work the next day because we're poor.
Yep.
Not for long. Not for long.
Right. Let's take a break. I know we have a show, but I know you guys talk to us about recaps, and I know we have to talk about it. We have to.
All right, we'll keep it brief because we have an episode that we have.
We can do it. We just put another commercial break in the damn show.
Okay.
Love After Lockup.
Wasn't that great this week?
It wasn't. However, there are some notables that we do need to discuss.
The fact that Baby Nook was included in a tweet with us.
Yes.
Somebody was like, have you heard this fire?
Yeah.
He retweeted it.
He did. He knows who we are. We got to get him on the show.
I'd love to have Baby Nook on the show.
Absolutely. He can keep Andrea at home.
I have questions about Black Mormon Weave Lady.
Yeah. Maybe we can book him when we're in LA, because you know he can't leave. Bitch, if he came to the live show, that's the whole show about him.
But we gotta record remotely because this nigga will bring niggas.
Oh yeah.
And I just don't have time.
Well, he only has that one. Remember,
that's true, and they drink wine, so
yeah, which
right.
Also throws me off, but whatever. Anywho, I am very confused about this prison situation. Maybe because when my cousin was locked up, and like many of yours, and when my father was locked up, and like many of yours, you could only contact them via the payphone, and they would contact you.
Yeah.
So when the wooden mental health lady who got stood up last week, like, was FaceTime or Google hanging out with her man,
I was very confused.
How?
Me and my cousins wrote old-fashioned letters.
Yeah.
Like...
Letters. My cousin used to draw on the envelope. Now they stopped you. You can't do that anymore. Which ... But I was just so confused. Like, women's prisons, maybe because they're medium security. If they even killed somebody, there's no max women's prison. So
there's not?
No. But I don't know. Maybe my knowledge of the criminal justice system is skewed because of the people that I know in my life that have been incarcerated was incarcerated a long time ago. And TV tells me other things. Excuse me. But I was so confused. But more importantly, Allah and James?
Yes.
I really think he's going to kill her.
Oh my God! So his eyes,
she's back in prison.
So I was watching the episode and Tristan walked in and he was like, "Yo, that nigga is crazy. Look at his eyes.
It's the
and
eyes."
I said, "I know," and that was the first thing he said.
She tried to draw it out and say like she was pregnant, but like we all know, like she was probably going through like a heroin withdrawal.
Okay, so the entire time when she went to the bathroom, like, I actually understood his frustration because I was like, why the fuck wouldn't you just say what the results are? Like, why are you holding out like this?
But how would she even be pregnant though? That timeline doesn't even make sense.
Right. But her entire behavior the whole time, I was like, is this bitch high? Was she taking a pregnancy test, or was she like, was there a spoon and a pipe?
Yeah, like her whole demeanor, like you can tell she was fading or like going through some type of withdrawal.
Yeah. She was off. There was not enough Black Mormon Weave Lady in Baby Nuck this episode.
No, it was her and her hating ass friend Michelle.
Yes.
Who also said she had a boyfriend, and I am interested in seeing what her nigga look like. I bet you
he's white.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Mm-hmm.
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 Betty's white.
Mm-hmm. But Baby Nuck, we did get to see when Baby Nuck, when he came to his senses and realized he can't go nowhere.
No. But for how long?
I don't know, dog. He was locked up for 18 years, so I can't imagine that his parole is like a year.
Because I started getting annoyed with him because I was like, my nigga, why are you getting ready to risk yourself for this stiff weave in Utah? You know this lady wants to turn you into a Mormon.
And he's Muslim, DK.
Oh. Yes,
Cool.
of course he is.
Yeah,
Yes, 18 years. Of course he is.
Of course he's...
Of course he is.
Yeah.
But we bring you our regular interruption, our weekly interruption. Why? No, you're not. Get down. Come here.
But yeah, he was about to risk it all for a stiff weave Mormon weave lady.
And that was the moment where I said, "Oh, he may love her."
Yeah. Listen, niggas love a thick girl in a bodycon dress.
Do.
But this week wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that great. I'm gonna assume it's going to pick up because they got. Oh, and then our white Nubian king proposed.
Oh yeah.
But I knew that from Instagram. But yeah.
Oh, wait. What?
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I don't follow them.
But you look.
I look.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because I don't want to be like I love the show because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be a part.
Right. No.
But I do just...
Except we would have Baby Not Going.
Yeah. The black people, I'm fully invested.
Black Woman Weave Lady can't come on.
No, but I mean, like, I'm invested in their lives because I'm there's so much.
Hold on. Yeah. It wasn't that great this week. We'll do more recaps when it gets more interesting again. I feel like they were setting it up.
Yeah, because you have a bunch of heat. Like, because first 3 episodes were heat.
Right. So it's like they had to cool down for a second, like Power.
Right. They got renewed and extended this particular season, and another season.
Hey!
But I also want to talk about Family by the Ton.
So I put XD on Family by the Ton, and he calls me at the Bilal concert.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, what is this shit? And I was like, what?
I want to say that TLC... I should have known that if this was on TLC, it was going to be the worst shit ever. Mm-hmm. Because nothing on TLC is pleasant or kind.
No.
Ever.
No.
Talking about the Learning Channel.
You ain't learning.
Trolling Channel. I am learning how to be... To come face to face with my prejudices and trauma. Because Family by the Ton, if you are unaware, is about a family who is morbidly obese.
The smallest person is 370 something pounds.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Naomi's mother was smaller, but whatever.
Well, now.
Yeah, now. So anyway, I watched the first episode, and it was very hard to watch.
Why? Because old girl with a full split?
Well, no, shut up. It's hard because, like, it's this man who is 700 pounds.
Oh my god!
And like, it's like a sheet.
The tumor.
Like, wait. It's a tumor?
No, it's his stomach.
Yeah.
But it looks like a tumor.
It's a sheet of, like, skin.
That's not even skin. That is not skin.
It's fat. Whatever it is, they call it drape. They call it a drape. Like, his stomach drapes over. And it's... I think about it often. It's hard not to look at. But, like, it sinks down to his knees. And
yes.
And I'm not even exaggerating. It does. And he seems to be like a taller guy. He would have to be in order for that kind of carriage,
and for him to be able to walk.
And for him to be able to walk, because his stomach almost sweeps the ground.
Listen,
when he sits down, it touches the ground.
He sits in a full love seat, like a chair.
Yeah,
and like XD said, his stomach hangs down to like his shins, and he has to, in some of his sweatpants, he has to cut a hole
in them,
and you see the stomach, and it looks like a tumor.
So what made me sad was because of the fact that he is his mother's primary caretaker.
Yep.
So she's up in age, and he's this way. And I often think about, like, how that's got to be rough on you, and maybe triggers you to continue eating that way, because it's just like, hey, you have an addiction and have this unhealthy relationship with food, but also your mother is very sick and not once were, and you are burdened with the responsibility of taking care of your parent. Because I was thinking, like, you know, at some point I'm going to have a conversation with my mother about, you know, like, what happens when she gets older and she's unable to take care of herself.
Right.
Black people don't necessarily believe in nursing homes, and so therefore, I don't know if that's a thing that she wants to do, or like, because she takes care of my grandmother. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the expectation, that's what I'm supposed to do too, or because, you know, we don't live near each other. Mm-hmm. So that's what made me sad at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see like this kind of generational curse thing, like, all these people are fat.
Because they get together as a family every week. Sunday.
And the one thing that warmed my heart was the fact that they are so close.
Of course.
They are a family of enablers, but I appreciated that. Like, they're all in this together. And But like Jade said, they have this potluck every week where they get together and commune. They hook up. They go to this girl Shitaka's house. Mm-hmm. Now Jade calls her the lady with the splits, but that's because she's so big that her body she can't do anything that's not from her bed. Right?
No. So I told y'all she cooked a meal in her bed.
She cooked a whole meal.
A taco salad with all the fixings.
With ketchup. First of all,
she seasoned it with ketchup.
Seasoned it with ketchup. Put water in the bottle to extract all the ketchup.
And season the meat with ketchup. I mean, my girl had a full plate of seasonings, a hot plate, and all the accoutrements to go on top of the taco salad.
My girl had an avocado.
Shredded cheese. Salsa.
And chips.
Hot sauce.
Yeah. No, Shada looked good. But
it looked delicious. Except for that ketchup.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
But I also wasn't prepared for her to fix the whole thing in the bed.
Her fucking bed. That's when I was like, oh, I am done. But then I got to the scene that you told me about. So they go to 375 Pizza. Drew and his cousin. I forget her name.
Enabler. I can't stand her.
Now, she's really... Stella, that's her name?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, she's really his only friend. Because I also think about, like, he's not...
They have a weird relationship.
Yeah, but he's not, like, the oldest guy. He seems fairly young, maybe in his 40s, I guess.
Yeah.
And I also think about, like, how does...
in his late 30s.
Probably, but I often think about, like, sexual stuff. Not like with him, but like, what about, do you have desires, or like, how do you like pick women, or like a social kind of aspect, right? Like even some type of companionship, because at some point when you're sick of being with your mother, because you know you want to have other friends, and that's this shell that you're in kind of debilitates that. So I was thinking about that, like you would kind of live a secluded life, because remember he talks about not going outside much,
right? Of course.
But anywho,
I have a question though, and this is ignorant. Like this is my ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
The way that like if a woman gets to a point where she's too heavy, her period stops because. And
Naomi talked
about it
on the show.
Like I want to know how, if you're at that size. Do you have those desires? Like,
do you have sexual desires?
Do things even work? Like,
yeah. Do you have erectile dysfunction because of your weight and stuff like that?
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to assume it depends on the person.
Right. Yeah.
But I can imagine affecting your libido. And
it makes sense. I just don't know.
In other organs, sure. But anywho, the car scene, these niggas really ate 5 pizzas.
5, guys.
5. They ate 5 pizzas on the way. And they had hella food there already.
The healthiest thing was a chef salad that I had to really look through to see was a salad.
Yeah, I maybe saw green.
I saw a plethora of boiled eggs, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was food for days. Like, it was like 2 Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
And they do this shit
was like,
every
give me a little bit of everything. Which means, like, you have a whole, like, everything. You have the World's Fair in your kitchen.
Everything that you want is there.
Yes. Greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, hog, maul.
Pizza.
You name it.
5 pizzas to be exact.
Right. The first episode is a lot. Because it's like, I sympathize, and then I'm like, oh.
And then
because it becomes a spectacle.
Angry.
It becomes a spectacle, right? Because it's like,
right.
This is a lot.
I got angry, though. I got angry because we can't spend all day on this.
No, whatever.
I got angry because I was like, Drew, when he was losing the weight and he was working and doing the fast so that he could do the surgery, and this nigga went and got 2 breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, I had 2 breakfast sandwiches today. Sorry.
You also are not trying to save your own life.
Okay.
I was like, my guy, like all this orange juice full of sugar, 2 breakfast sandwiches. What do you have? Some pancakes,
I haven't made
some
that
hash
far.
browns. Like, what are you doing? What
It's
are you
an
doing?
addiction.
I know it is, and that's why I'm like, I'm not making fun. Half of me feels really bad, and the other half gets angry because I'm like, you've got to take control, but I know that's easier said than done, and I'm not in that situation. So, Family by the Ton, they ate 5 pizzas in the car.
Yeah. It's entertaining, and you want to root for them too.
You do, because they're like a...
Because when Mama Beverly got sick, I was so upset.
Listen.
I said, "Oh, this is some bullshit.
Me
They're
and
not gonna
Crystal
take.
were
They're
like-
not gonna take Mama Beverly from me."
We were like, Shataka is like intelligent and
They're all
has
smart.
sense about herself. Drew has sense about, like, I don't understand. The only one I can stand
Stella.
is Stella.
Yeah, she looks like a Newport. I get it.
She does. I can't stand Stella. But the rest of them, and Naomi's beautiful.
She reminds me of when Tiffany Haddish was on the Carmichael show. That's what Stella reminds me of.
No, Stella's worse than that. Ugh. Naomi, like, she's a gorgeous girl. Gorgeous. Like, she's pretty. Like, she's
super
a
pretty.
Pretty girl. So, anyway.
Her boyfriend's really cute. Her boyfriend reminds me of Chris. But yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, he's
But
super
Family
smart.
by the Ton, it's on TLC, comes on Wednesdays. Check it out.
Watch out for the big girl. 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 Watch out for the big.
Let's take a break. So, this episode is very long.
As the last few ones have been.
Yeah, but hey, listen, we're giving you that heat.
Y'all want these recaps.
All right, we're giving you that heat, that fire. More fire upon that.
That foil. Meow, meow.
And it's not like we can miss a show.
No. But it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And so, every week we're going to do something. I know we were going to do alternative Black History facts. That's next week.
Yeah.
But this week, you all heard the opening song. We're doing Living Single Appreciation episode. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to say before XC gets into all of his questions and his quizzes and things, I have to say that Living Single, first of all, it coming back on Hulu is a blessing.
Yeah.
And it is one of those shows that has stood against time. Like, it is good. It remains to be funny. It has actually got funnier.
Yeah, now that I am of that age, well, I'm a little older than they were on the show, but around the same age for the most part. It makes sense, and it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Oh, boy. So Living Single premiered in 1993.
That's crazy.
I remember watching it when it first premiered.
Mm-hmm.
With my mother. Because it came on the same time around Martin.
Mm-hmm. My mother was an avid Living Single fan.
Yeah. And it evolved. It was 5 seasons. It ended in 98, I think.
Yeah, 98.
98.
Mm-hmm.
On New Year's Eve. I remember when it ended. Because I was at a friend of the family's New Year's Eve party.
Question: why didn't did Kim Fields, like, what, did something happen?
I don't necessarily know why she left early. I think maybe because she was on the last season, but they just kind of like ended it. The reason why, I do know the reason why T.C. Carson left, because he had a falling out with the producers.
Oh.
But then they, and because they wanted better storylines and better.
Of course.
And he was very vocal about it.
I don't understand, though, why she didn't come back for the last episode. That still confuses me. I never understood that.
I don't know. There's
Usually,
no story
like,
behind
everybody shows back up for the last episode.
Because even Kyle came back for the last
right.
episode.
I was like, really? No regime?
I don't know. But anywho, the interesting thing about Living Single was the fact that Kim Field's mother was a consultant on the show. That's why she was in a bunch of episodes before she started playing her actual mother on the show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chip Hurd was a consultant. Where do we even begin? Like, Living Single is literally one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, mine too.
And, you know, all the blacks would be like, well, you know, that's what Friends was based off of. When I tell people my favorite show was Friends, like, yes, nigga, I get it. But, like, I separate the two. But Living Single really was a standard. Like,
it was.
It was all black women led.
Yes, which was rare at the time.
Yeah.
Which is still rare now, if I can talk. Right. It's still rare now, and it's something that we should be proud of. It was a black woman led show for 5 seasons.
Yeah. So let's get into your favorite characters. So we had Khadijah, you know, owner of Ebony Magazine.
AKA Flavor.
Because Ebony ain't got no money, just like Flavor Magazine. So, you know, like, Khadijah was always broke, but she always gave niggas jobs.
She did. So she was trying to look out for the hood.
Yeah, but how? With what money?
I don't know.
She was the owner of a magazine.
She was always
had her roommates. And was paying everybody and giving niggas jobs. Maybe that's how much she paid herself very little. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why she was broke all the time, because she was always trying to pay the bills and keep the lights on, because that was her passion.
Yeah.
But my favorite character on the entire show, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law.
Quick, what is her middle name?
It's not Elaine.
No. Speaking of Elaine, I just found out that Jerry Seinfeld's first name is Jerome.
That's why he wears Jordans.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot her middle name. And her mother said it too.
I did.
Damn, what was it?
Felice.
That's right.
Yes. Maxine Shaw from Philadelphia.
Attorney at law.
The Ride the Maverick.
Heartless troll.
Yes.
Queen.
Feminist icon.
Yo, Max was one of the first, like, hardcore feminists on TV.
Her first memorable line was, after creating dogs, you would think God would have thought creating men was redundant. Feminist icon. She was from Philly. She went to Howard, and then wherever she went to law school, maybe she went to Howard as well. But I don't know. But
she successfully wore braids without altering her hairline.
Yes, she passed the bar the first time.
Mm-hmm. It was easy for her to win cases.
Exactly.
Oh,
she was the most character developed one.
She was, and Maxine didn't have money issues like everybody else did.
No, because remember, she was unemployed for a very long time.
By choice, almost.
Yeah. She was just like, I quit. I
quit.
She's literally my favorite.
Yeah,
but
she's
we'll
my favorite character
more.
on the whole show.
There's Sinclair.
So Sinclair actually grew on me as an adult, because I remember watching Living Single as a kid, and I was like, she's annoying. Like, she's just mad goofy. And watching it as an adult, and you know Kim Coles is a comedian.
Yeah.
I feel like Living Single was able to highlight, like, her as a comedian. It was able to celebrate her as a comedian, and she actually had some really funny moments.
Absolutely. And I feel like she got smarter as, you know, and then when she found her passion.
But it made sense, because she was a girl from Minnesota who showed up wearing a little House on the Prairie dress and a hat and a troll. And even though she stayed true to herself, she lived in New York and ended up having to, you know, get some wits about herself.
Yeah, they only did her hair like 5 times the whole series.
The entire series.
Because my auntie had
my girl had micro braids the whole show.
And her growth was a serious matter. When I tell you, she had enough hair for Earth, Wind, and Fire underneath the micro braids.
I was like, do they take those out?
Nah, she had the same braids from season 2 to the very last season.
Yes. Yes.
12 years of braids.
12 years of braids.
Like, that was just a lot. I just... Ooh.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was Regine.
So Regine, going back and rewatching Living Single made me like Kim Fields again.
Yes.
After the Real Housewives of Atlanta,
I hated her.
I was like, ooh, I can't deal with her. But going back and watching it again, I said, okay, all right.
Yeah, like this is the Kim. Why can't you be like Regine?
Right? Why can't you be like Regine?
Yeah, don't be yourself. That's so dumb. You're not good at that
No, you're not.
at all.
You're terrible, actually. You're everything Regine's not.
Yeah, exactly. Be more like Regine.
WWRD.
Yeah, what would
What
Regine do? Although she was low key a feminist too, because she just used these niggas.
She was, and she was very proud about it. She loved being. She was like, "I'm a player. I'm a player."
She was just like, I'm gonna get my rich man and
Boy,
let that nigga
I
do
thought
everything.
you knew.
She also wore a protective hairstyle. She was like, I'm not showing y'all niggas this hair
No, she's like my
Wig.
nana. We never saw Regine's hair. It was wigs all day,
all day. Synthetic hair.
synthetic hair all day, and she was serious about her wigs.
Oh, yes.
She was serious about her wigs when oh my god,
I know what you're
Khadijah's
talking.
man.
Scooter.
When Scooter came back and brought her bundles.
Yeah. Ooh, this is real hair from the Philippines. Ooh, she used conditioner. She installed that pony.
She came down with that pony like, I'm going jogging.
Yeah. Thanks, man. That pony was swinging.
And banging.
Yes.
Big swangers and vogues.
And then there was, Overton.
Overton also grew on me.
I love Overton. Overton also got very fine in the last season.
Overton got his grown man on, right?
Because he had the beard eventually.
Yeah,
I
was like, okay, Overton, coming to your grown man. He was married. He was getting regular.
Yeah.
Them two were nasty.
Absolutely.
They were nasty. I don't know if this is going to come up later on. One of my favorite moments of Sinclair.
Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
One of my favorite moments of Sinclair was when they I forget what Overton was watching. It wasn't. I don't think it was the porn episode where he looked like the porn star.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, maybe it was. But she was like, "What are we watching? Girl on Girl from the back."
Oh, is it Standard or Girl on Girl?
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, Sinclair."
Yeah, she is well versed.
Well versed, and she was too giddy.
Yeah,
she was.
I want to see if this one has a plot. Ma'am.
Oh, my girl watches regular nasty.
Yeah.
And this is before internet porn was prevalent.
Yeah, because they had to go to the freaky sneaky section.
You had to go to the back section of the... Who remembers the back section of the video store?
Yeah, and it would not Blockbuster either, because Blockbuster didn't have freaky sneaky.
No,
videos.
They didn't. Neither did Hollywood Video.
No, you had to go to like your local video store.
And go, and there was always a curtain, and you go behind the curtain, and it was like a once around of porn.
Yes, that was, just white girls and big titties.
That was back in the day when I used to go over my homeboy's house, and you look over on their VCR, and these niggas would have like Booty Bangers 3 and all kinds. You'd be like, nigga, I don't want to sit on your couch.
Like the very first booty talk.
Yeah, when I was in college, walking to all my homeboys' rooms, it's always porn.
Yeah, just like, oh, y'all are disgusting.
Gross.
But yeah, Overton was sweet. The first season when he had the fade, I was like, I don't know.
No.
But as time progressed, I was like, oh, he fine.
Overton came into his own.
Yeah, I was with it. And then there was Kyle.
Who was never fine.
Kyle Barker.
Kyle was
a homosexual.
Yes, I just never understood why that never became a thing.
Yeah, he dressed in curtains.
Is he in real life?
You know, he's one of those like, my sexuality is my business. So yes.
Okay. And he's a Broadway star, right?
Whoa.
Isn't he? Yes, I feel.
Star is a strong word.
Oh, okay. He did Broadway.
Yeah.
Okay. He's done some singing tunes and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
and gigs.
He loves to sing. I wish. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time there was an episode with him singing, I was just like, oh. You know how like, you ever saw how Scarlett takes a tumble?
Yes.
And when she fell, it was like, oh.
Through. Baby, we can't be together. Never.
That's how I feel every time he sings.
I felt the same way. However, I will say, may he rest in peace. Kyle was much more tolerable than Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Except for when he sung.
On
Martin.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
Yeah,
child. Oh, I couldn't stand it.
No, I don't think they weren't the same to me. I just feel like Kyle was funnier though.
Kyle was way funnier.
And wittier and like, because Tommy was just tall and stupid and black.
He wasn't cold.
Yeah. Big Shirley. This isn't Martin. We're talking about Living Single.
Yes, okay. Anyway, get into it. So we talked about the characters.
Yeah. So let's talk about your favorite episode.
Ooh, what's my favorite episode?
I
of
have
Living
several.
Single? Okay, you go first.
The
coat, obviously. The coat. Like,
so I've seen every episode like 900 times, so I know what you're talking about. So there's an episode in season 2 where Regine donates clothing to a charity, and she leaves the box outside, and of course Max, greedy ass, takes the coat and a bunch of other items. And so because Regine is a child, she was like, she doesn't want Maxine to have it, so she does everything in her power to try to get the coat back.
And Max, in her true trolling queendom,
yeah.
So she went at one point in the episode. She walks in and she's like, "Me and my coat have arrived." It bounds.
Yes. Give me my coat back. You left it outside. You left it outside.
You left it outside. You left it outside.
Max is my mommy now.
Woo, Maxine was the best.
Biggest troll
Oh
ever.
my God, and the wittiest.
I love that episode. My other favorite episode is, I'm gonna get the obvious ones out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Up the Ladder to the Roof.
Regine.
Yeah, when they were a singing group.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Maxine was like Diana Ross.
Yes.
And then they bumped her out and made
Khadijah.
Khadijah. Yeah. That wasn't really my favorite, but I get
It
that's a
wasn't my
fan favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of people love that. Up the ladder to the roof.
Yeah, I mean, the song is good, but
people love it. I don't know. It's not my favorite.
Together.
The other crowd favorite is in the first season when they go to the Club Xena, and she was
that
like,
one with the dress.
Yeah, Goldie, this is Shaquan, this is Sabuya.
Sabuya. She was like, I always attract him. I felt so. Max was the one who always had to watch her mouth because she would say freak a lot in place of fuck, and I felt like Max would be the most. Her and Khadijah would probably be the most nigga usage.
Yes,
because I feel like Max wanted to be like, I always attract a nigga with a go-to.
Yeah, because they always said brother. Be like, come on, brother.
Right? They want to say nigga.
Yeah, come on, nigga.
And Max would be like, freak that.
Yeah, she's like, freak that, man.
Freak that, man. I'm like, I know what you want to say, girl.
Yes. I'm gonna have to start doing that. But like, freak that, man.
No, the club episode was one of my favorites. Regine spent the entire night chasing women in the same dress, pouring drinks on their dresses.
You're not drinking this wine. You will excuse me, won't you? My
girl, just put a little cold water on it.
My favorite episode that I watch all the time. Because, first of all, Will Ferrell is in the episode.
Yes.
But my favorite is when our queen, Jennifer Lewis, played Delia.
Yes! Regine
Hunter.
Regine. Oh my God.
She said-
I can rewind her saying Regine about
She
15
said-
times.
Oh, Delia. Khadija. Do you want the real deal? Oh, we've been waiting now. Jennifer Lewis is so funny for no
my
reason.
God. Like, hilarious. She is always on.
That's like when she was on A Different World, when she was like, the relationship we washed in the blood of the Lamb.
Oh, that is my queen.
But
mother.
yes, when they went on Delia,
Regine.
because they reminded, because remember, like 90s TV talk shows were trash.
They were so good. Ricky Lake.
They were garbage, but
Woo,
like,
they were so good. They were the original Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, garbage. Shaquan thinks LaToya is all of that and a bag of chips.
90s talk shows are Love and Hip Hop reunions.
Yeah. Because remember, Oprah used to be trash as fuck, too.
Yeah. Before she wised up.
But, oh, right, I forgot to tell you.
What?
I'm going to ease up on Iyanla. I'm not going to call her Rhonda no more.
Why? Your mama called you Rhonda, I'm gonna call you Rhonda.
No, because like she was like raped and abused and shit, and so like she wanted to rid her life of that.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, fuck, damn, shit.
Why'd you tell me that now?
Damn, motherfucker.
Favorite episodes.
Yeah. Sorry. I just had to, you know. Anyway, my other favorite episode it's for the wrong reasons of why I find it funny.
That means it's funny.
It's the Who You Calling a Bitch episode.
Who you calling a bitch?
Right. And she had fucking Khadijah set it off. When they were trying to press Kyle's punk ass manager Lawrence. There's always one in the bunch.
Always.
Kissing Uncle Tom.
Always. But so one of my favorite episodes is I do like when they go back to Overton's reunion.
When fucking Nikki Gilbert was
Yes. Showed her hippo lips up. And Tone Loc was
right
the loser.
I want to say, total side note, that Nikki Gilbert missed her calling. Curvado should not have been a clothing line. Curvado should have been Diet Gelato.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, she missed her calling. Halo Top could have been hers with Curvado.
Sorry, girl. No. Oh, I have so many favorite episodes. I'm trying to think of more. Oh, the episode where Max writes into the newspaper and Regine's trying to find out the entire episode, and then at the very end, Overton's like, "So when they compensated you for the article,
did they give you a free subscription to the magazine?" She said, "A box of tampons."
Tampons and a coupon, and walked into the kitchen.
Right.
Woo, they used to be on each other's asses.
The fashions. Now, there's a young woman who tweeted me, and I will never forget it. She said, Khadijah pulled all the fine men wearing Men's Warehouse fashions.
She did. Her blazers. Khadijah has some big ass titties.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember one time she did this move because in the very the second to last episode where Max asked her if she would breastfeed the children, Khadijah was like,
Yes.
and her titties were still huge and she covered them.
Yes.
I was amazed.
Like when Regine got her breast reduction, she was, I was built to hold the shelf. Yeah, but they not even 90s, because Max was the best dressed out of all of them.
She would, except
But
for those shoes.
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
But Khadijah, like, because it's like
Khadijah didn't care
at all.
It
And
was
like,
Men's Warehouse or Dress Barn, one or the other.
even like when she tried to girl it up, like it was legit Dress Barn.
Yeah, it was Dress Barn, stockings.
Khadijah, honestly, Khadijah shop for clothes where she got her groceries.
Khadijah, yes, because them chancletas she wore the whole series.
She got all her clothes from Costco, formal wear.
She got them from Costco. Fleeces.
Yes.
Button ups.
Yes. Them slacks.
She be right in the middle of the store going through them aisles.
Yup.
And them racks.
With a box of eggs in her damn cart.
I will never forget when my father came to visit me and he was like, yeah, I just be buying my clothes at Costco. I just don't care no more. I was like,
Why?
Costco? He's like, what?
No, you got Kirkland bagels and a shirt.
Y'all remember my dad had some nice Dolce & Gabbana like loafers back in the day. Like my man had some red Prada leather loafers that he used to rock. I'm like, what happened to you? You're shopping at Costco? He's like, I got fat. I was like, all right.
All right.
My dad is very honest.
That's real. I mean, I okay.
But Khadijah and my father dressed exactly the same.
Oh.
They did. They have the same fashions.
Yeah.
Khadijah pulled all the niggas in these Costco fashions.
Yeah.
My girl had 24 eggs and a couple of fleeces.
Mm-hmm.
And some slippers. A bathrobe, a button up, a pair of jeans, and some sweatpants.
She kept a college sweatshirt though. I appreciated that.
She did.
But when she went to work, she had I don't know what she had, what went on.
Let's talk about Sinclair's fashions.
Oh. She queen of casual separates.
Because New York and Company. Because Sinclair, when they were newlyweds
of casual separates,
I was like, oh, she's Ann Taylor, Loft. Like, but Sinclair dressed like her and Overton had been married for 25 years when they were newlyweds.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. But it's fine because Overton was a simple man.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want much out of life.
He was a simple man from Cleveland.
He loved his wife. Cleveland is a blue collar town. Mm-hmm. Like everybody gets up, go to work, and we watch Ohio State football games.
Yeah,
which is actually very true.
Yeah, it is, because when we lived in Ohio, that was a thing.
I have family in Ohio, and they get up and they go to work.
They get up and go to work.
And I have a cousin who's obsessed with Ohio State and said he was going to name his children Scarlett and Grayson.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually very pretty names.
They're beautiful names, but I'm like...
Oh, but that's the
reason.
You're
that obsessed?
That's the reason?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, Sinclair, on top of her not getting her hair done all but 4 times in the entire series run, she dressed like Blossom.
Yes, she did. She dressed like a buxom Blossom.
Yeah. She loved a sundress and a biker short.
Yes. A flower hat. Like Sinclair dressed like Blossom.
Yeah.
A buxom Blossom.
It was like fake Cree Summer, like Freddie, but she was like a 90s white girl.
Let's talk about some more episodes.
Okay.
Give me some more faves. What are your least faves?
My least favorite episodes, probably all from season 5 when Trip came. Although, I think Trip is cute, but, and remember they dug up Dallas and put her on there. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then I don't know what this whole thing with TLC was either.
Yeah, remember T-Boz was on another episode.
Yes, where she was the hitchhiker.
Yeah, they stole the damn van.
I was
when
like,
he went to the Ohio State game.
Ohio State game.
Yeah, TLC. Yeah, when they showed up at Overton's Dream, I don't know what that was about.
They had a lot of cameos in that show. They had Shaka Khan.
When? Oh yes, on the Up the Ladder to the Roof episode. Oh, my least favorite episode.
When Max was like, "She's never gonna do anything."
Right. Probably. Maybe when Regine. After Regine moved. No. Least favorite episode.
I think I don't have a least. Season 5 was the worst one, and it still wasn't as bad as Martin season 5, but it wasn't good.
I didn't care for when Overton and Sinclair got married.
No.
Then the song took up most of the
Yes,
episode.
that song was terrible.
God.
What was it? How did the song go? I promise to be faithful. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all should have got Jamie Foxx. It was on around the same time.
The wedding episodes are actually never the greatest on most on most sitcoms. I didn't care for that. Or that episode where Max her client was Jesus. I was what is this?
But that also spawned her changing into...
Right.
It was weird, though. I do get it.
But, like, the way they had her do the change, I was like, Jesus, that's what y'all are doing?
Because remember, that's what... Yeah. I think those are the only episodes. There's not, like, too many episodes I dislike. Maybe, like, the... Yeah, there's not too many episodes I didn't like.
No.
It's not like I hated it, but it was just like, I don't have to watch this.
Right. Season 5 was just the weakest season, but I didn't really like hate anything.
Or when they went to Canada.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah,
I didn't care for that.
Yeah, and that Mountie that kept showing up. Like, yes, there are black Mounties.
Like, all right.
Okay. That wasn't one of my favorites either.
I'm like really scanning my brain to think about if there's any episode. I'm like,
It was such a good show.
Another episode that was really good was when Khadijah's Nana came to visit.
Yes.
Miss from Amen.
Yes.
And Polly.
Oh, and when her sister came, Tatiana Ali.
Oh, right. Ooh, yeah, because remember Bumper Robinson was on the show.
Yeah, and he got fined in the 5th season.
He did.
He came in the elevator, out of the elevator one day, and I was like, he came into the change.
Yes. That man was fine.
He was.
They had fine ass niggas. You remember when Terrence Howard was on?
Wait, which one was Terrence Howard on? Did I miss that one?
It was like maybe first season when he was dating Maxine and he was 18 and went to NYU.
I don't think... Maybe I missed that one.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not the one where Maxine took that boy's virginity.
No. That happened way later. But no, he played a freshman at NYU and Max tried to date him.
Oh.
And Terrence Howard he looked good back then. He was real light.
Even Shamar Moore, who I've never found attractive, was decent looking when he came to Kiss
but he
and
was
Clay.
Also 90s fine though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But he was so pretty. I was like, oh yeah. And Morris Chestnut. I remember that episode because people often ask like, why did Khadijah look at the screen and was like, you people did this to me? So there was an episode. There was a challenge when Morris Chestnut moved into the building as Hamilton. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to dial a number to pick who was supposed to go on a date with him. And so everybody voted Khadijah, and he turned out to be a dickhead and cheap.
You're right.
So, like, yeah, there's so many fine niggas on the show. But, like, 90s fine niggas.
Yeah, 90s fine, which is a different type of fine.
Which is, like, they had, like, escrow kits.
Yes. Real pretty niggas.
Yeah. And, like, Cerruti suits, like, real boxy. But they all... And for whatever reason, I was talking to Tatiana Janine about this the other day. all them niggas had money. Where are they now?
I don't know.
Because remember, they only dated niggas with money. Even Sinclair, when Tommy was on the show, I forget his name in real life, rest his soul. But even in real life, even Sinclair went on a date with him because he was a veterinarian.
That's true. They always dated niggas with money.
Khalil Kane's fine ass was on there. He was an artist.
Scooter had money.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, Scooter had money.
Do you watch Scooter Lightning? I call it Scooter Lightning, but that's not what it's called. It's called Black Lightning.
Oh, no, but you told me to watch it.
It's really good. Your family would love it.
Okay, we're going to watch it.
The girl, Noah would like it.
The girl. All right, what's your quiz?
Okay. Oh, we are living. These are very rudimentary questions.
Okay.
Who owns Flavor Magazine?
Khadijah.
What character rocked different wigs almost every show?
Regine.
What is Max's baby's father's name?
Kyle.
Which actress appeared as the fiancée of Regine's ex, Daryl?
Oh, shit.
Now I know the answer to this.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Don't answer it.
I'm not.
Vivica Fox.
Yes. You just said this. What young star played Khadijah's sister?
Tatiana Ali.
I'm skipping that. What profession was the tycoon who finally swept Regine off her feet and onto wedding bliss?
Oh, shit. He was a...
Was he owner of several local restaurants?
No.
Computer graphics designer for video games? Corporate banker? Or music producer?
He designed video games?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
As Sinclair moved out, what was the new roommate's occupation and what was his name?
I was about to say Hamilton. And it's not Skeeter.
And you could give his nickname, so.
His name was Ira, and his nickname was, oh my God, we just said it.
Yeah.
We just said it.
You got extra points for knowing his real name.
What is the nickname again?
Trip.
Trip.
Because he was the third.
Trip, that's right.
So what was his occupation?
Oh, Trip was a jingle writer.
Songwriter, yes. Who became pregnant towards the end of the show?
Max.
How did Khadijah know each other?
Her and Max?
How did Khadijah and Scooter know each other?
Oh, childhood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Overton's favorite accessory?
His tool belt.
What famous NBA player guest appeared as Khadijah's then beau?
Oh. Damn. I give up.
This is kind of a trick question because she went on a date with two of them. But Grant Hill.
Grant Hill.
She also went on a date with Cedric Ceballos. I just gave you this answer, but when the audience had the chance to call in and vote the winner of the date with Morris Chestnut, who won?
With Khadijah.
What had Kyle so depressed on his birthday?
He turned 30.
Let me read you the answers. He and Max had broke up.
Yes.
He hadn't fulfilled his goals for his career.
Yes.
He didn't like his surprise party.
No.
He had got fired from his job.
But it was all because he was depressed about turning 30.
That's really what it was, yeah. But the answer is he hadn't fulfilled his goals for his career. Okay. So yeah, you got this. You're pretty well versed.
It's my show.
Yeah.
I love that show. If you guys if you did not watch Living Single on its first run, get to Hulu.
You can use promo code The Read. The Read has every like coupon code, like
everything known to man. Just
like,
type in The Read just to see.
Yeah, it's like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Like, it's got everything you need at The Read.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign into Hulu. And
hell, I use The Read.
Get
promo
your life.
Code. Yeah.
Get your life.
Yeah. So that's today's show.
That was our Living Single Appreciation episode, and that was Jaden XD this week. Get your tickets, Jaden XD Live. I had a meeting this week, so I will be having some really fun stuff happening that we have to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I know I keep saying that, but I'm actively working on it. It's just a huge project.
And more Jaden XD Live dates coming soon.
Yes. That's also in the works.
Yeah, and the reason why we keep saying it comes up because we don't want to say that we forgot about you, but these also things take time, venues. It's a lot, and making sure we don't coincide with other people's tour schedules because we don't want you to get broke, you know.
Right. So we will see you next week.
Bye.
This episode of Jaden XD was produced by Abraham Kevin Quezada.
Did you play it back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Abe.
Abraham.
We here and stuff. So, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Every week.
Yeah. She's about to have a segment on the show,
right?
Noah's Corner.
It's Noah's time.
Yeah.
She already she does YouTube videos. She's like, "Hey guys."
Oh my god.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.